general comment about the game, and then we'll go to questions.
Yeah, I mean, it was something from the start. We were able to build a lot of momentum in the first half, getting that big long drive and scoring, getting the turnover and scoring again, and then getting the pick six. That puts you in a great spot. Obviously, they're going to battle back and like the program that they are, and they did. And getting that fourth touchdown was the key there in the first half, where the offense got down there and was able to hit that touchdown pass in the corner. The second half, I knew what we were going to see the second half, and you're going to see number 32 over and over again. What a special player he is. One of the better ones we've ever gone against for sure. And just watching him put things on his back and do that the whole second half was definitely frightening. And then I get caught in that moment where you're playing not to win and worrying about hosing your own team over. But luckily the defense and the offense got just enough first downs to eat and clock. And, the punt team was key tonight, getting on and off the field quick and drawing a big penalty. And when they're bringing heat in the fourth quarter and punting it down deep and getting it off even was huge. And it was just one of those games where you were holding on like you were on a roller coaster and sitting in the first car going down the big hill, because it was that type at the end. And I was just proud of our kids' resilience and fight and the toughness that they showed tonight and holding on.
A and B.
Coach, talk about the big interception there that was run for six. Hoban was driving, and then that pick six put you guys up 21-0. How big was that?
Oh, I think that's one of the things in the game. Usually in a game like this, one, if you come up plus on the turnovers, you're going to be in great shape. But if you turn one of them into a touchdown, statistically saying, and I'm not the biggest analytics guy in the world, but usually you win those games when they're tight. And that was a big play, and running to the football and getting a deflection and running with it, and then taking it up the sideline just how you're coached, and then making the cutback at the end. That was a great play by a great player.
Coach Dempsey, it was back in 2015 your team faced Hoban for a state championship. 7 years later, what do you take away from that 2015 game, and what did you apply to this year's game from the past meeting with Hoban?
Well, I don't know how much. Well, one, you knew what type of team you're going to play, because we also scrimmage them, so you see them all the time, and you know what a great program they are. But that night, I knew, 7 years later, that still stings. I can tell you that. I didn't want to feel that anytime soon. Winning's elation is a lot of elation, and I love getting to watch these guys do it for the first time. I've been blessed to be up here before, but that losing feeling, that game out there, it haunts you, and it still haunts me even though we won the night, but we're enjoying the night.
Greg, congratulations.
Thank you.
What was kind of the game plan with, you obviously made them entirely one-dimensional, mentioned kind of the two safeties up there. What was kind of the game plan, and just turning them one-dimensional? Obviously that one-dimensional is damn hard to stop, but what was kind of the game plan?
Well, that was definitely, you wanted to. Well, hopefully we were only going to stop him, or at least control him. He gets his yards. And some of the bigger plays, even when he rips off a big gainer, even though you tackle him before he gets to the end zone, that makes him spend time, that makes him run more plays, it gives you another chance to get a stop. And I think that was the key thing, is never giving up. I mean, kids can watch that kid run 30 yards and say, oh, he's gone. No, the kids didn't do that. They kept running to the football and making big tackles to give you another chance. We definitely wanted to hopefully make them throw the ball, because that's not a comfort level for them, and put some pressure on them. We have some two huge turnovers when they were trying to throw the football, and almost had two other ones that we were just short on getting on top of that really could have closed the door there in the second half. But I thought Coach Brown, our defensive coordinator, had a great game plan dialed up. Sometimes the other guy's pretty good too when they practice, and he was able to find those holes and then be able to bounce it outside and get yards.
Greg, you said the other day, you want to win another state championship. You're not afraid to say it, but you said this one you wanted more for the kids because you had yours before. Expand on that a little bit.
It's just, when the first time you do it, it was great. I was a 31-year-old guy with, young, and you get caught up in it. And, do we coach football to win? Yeah, obviously. We're lining up. That's part of the sport. That's why there's a scoreboard. But you also like watching these young men grow and get to experience things, and sitting back tonight and enjoy. I was even getting a few interviews out there that are getting me to focus back on them, because I just like watching these guys celebrate. I mean, what an experience to get to watch any of our staff that's never got to experience that, and the players that I know have never got to experience it. And there's a lot of great football teams, great coaches that never get this opportunity. So it's not something you take for granted, and to get back and sit back and watch kids enjoy it the way they were tonight, and get to celebrate all the hard work, dedication, and sacrifice and commitment. That's a lot of fun. It's a lot different lens I watch it through now than I did, 17 years ago, when it was the first time.
And just kind of bigger picture, we hear so much about Cleveland football, and rightfully so. Northeast Ohio football is awesome, and Hoban's as good as it gets. You guys are the standard from Northwest Ohio. What does this kind of say about, I don't know, how proud of you to kind of bring this back to Northwest Ohio, bring it to Toledo, show that this is as good.
Well, very proud. We have great football in Northwest Ohio. We have our cycles where certain teams doing certain things. We've been very consistent. We've been blessed to be doing very well and making playoff runs. But it is something, because I have so much respect for the football over in Northwest Ohio, because we played so many teams there. I mean, just look at the path we took to get here. You're going Avon Lake, you're going Avon, Medina Highland, and now Hoban. We've been hit hard and often these last 4 weeks by really good football teams, and just great coaching, the preparation. That's some of the fun for the coaches, is actually we're going up against guys that do as great a job as they do, and trying to play chess with the coaches. And I don't know how many of us admit it, but we like that part of it. We like seeing what we can figure out, identify, and try to take advantage of, and how to do. I mean, it's just been a fun run going against a bunch of great coaches and great programs on the way here.
Coach, you referenced a few questions ago the scrimmage against Hoban. I know it's a scrimmage. I know it's 17, 18 weeks ago. But you guys out-physicaled them that day. Like, almost on every play. It felt like you guys were the better team on that football field. Did you guys, and I see these guys nodding a little bit too, did you guys take some positive out of that in coming into tonight, that you knew that you could hang with them physically?
Oh, no doubt. That's the biggest advantage of the scrimmage. I know that a lot of things are watered down in the scrimmage. Some guys are getting held out. But you get to play across from the guy you're playing across tonight. I've seen him. I did okay against him. He's a good player, but so am I. So there's a little bit of confidence there that I think helps, because going into the scrimmage, when you hear about Hoban and everything, there was probably more doubt going into the scrimmage than there was into the game tonight. I'd be willing to bet on that. I didn't know what we were going to see that day walking into that scrimmage, and we found that scrimmage gave me a good idea how we could play week 1 against a team like St. Ed's and be able to compete. And then the St. Ed's game showed me we're the type we can compete with anybody if we're on that night.
And then tonight's game was a game of momentum shifts on a lot of sides of the ball. Literally every single play was a momentum shift. How do you keep it going and tell your guys to hold on in order to get your victory that you got?
That's a challenge, because you hate using the word hold on, but that's exactly what we were doing at the end in some ways. And trying to hold on to the running number 32 was one thing, but then trying to hold on, you had so much momentum early and it kind of disappeared and definitely went to their sideline, and trying to regain that. Sometimes regaining that momentum is just getting 2 first downs on a drive that eats 4 minutes. And kids don't realize what a big play that is. They want to score a touchdown, as do I. But we were able to eat just enough clock that gave them 15 seconds at the end. All those couple first downs added up, making them have to spend a couple timeouts when they didn't want to, add it up. And those are the things that were on our side at the end of the game, and besides the field position.
Hey, Cody, there were, obviously those guys made some big plays in the first half to get you ahead, but the last drive of the game, the second to last drive of the game, you made the tackles on Sperling there on 3rd and 4th down and short. What was it like? I mean, guys averaging 11 yards a carry, and you held it to 1 and 2, I think, on those 2 plays. Tell me about those plays.
Obviously Lamar is just a great player, and with such little amount of time left, and at that point in the game, they were really relying heavy on the run, so it's just easy to get down on that track and get going quickly and just hit them backwards,
Overall, what was it like facing that guy tonight? It had to be at times a nightmare.
Yeah, I think he told me on the way out he did hit 4,000 yards, and obviously Mr. Ohio, we won that before the game. So just a great player, and we are a game plan surrounded a lot on stopping him. So although he did score, I think 3 touchdowns, it was just like she said a little earlier, like you don't want to say you held on, but at these type of games, it's just that's all you have to do is come out with the victory. So.
Just for all you guys, Hogan's obviously as good as it gets in the state, and Northeast Ohio football is, a lot of talk about that. What does it mean, just the pride of Northwest Ohio and bringing this to Toledo?
Is it on? Okay, it's on. Can you repeat your question again?
What does this kind of mean, just to bring it to Toledo, and show, Toledo football is every bit as good as, Northeast Ohio?
I mean, yeah, it's just football. It's like, it's just like, what am I say? Just like, everyone strap up just like everybody else. We just here to compete with everybody. So like, yeah.
I feel like Northwest Ohio don't get a lot of respect because you hear a lot of Northeast Ohio. So I'm saying it's a big thing. It bring hope back to the city. Kids that's not where we from and don't have the same positions as we in, and give them hope. That if we could do it, they could do it. So that's how I feel.
I think it's huge. Everyone talks about Northeast Ohio. They're always winning state championships. It's really good that we're going back to the city in Northwest Ohio. Everyone was supporting us, and it's just really, 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 really good win.
Okay, we have time for just a couple more. You guys up here, and then
Ask you guys in the first half, what were you seeing when you were able to pull? Because it felt like every time you guys needed a big play, you were able to get out there and get the first downs. What were you seeing against their defense? Anybody? Yeah, like you guys.
We was just seeing like we knew they was gonna stack the box and worry about Chris Edmonds, and I knew I had to step up and pull the ball and throw the ball around. We just knew we had to spread the ball around.
I knew after that first big run I had, they weren't gonna let me get too many more. So I relied on the rest of my team, and they stepped up and they made plays.
anyone else?
Brady, can you talk about the pick six? I mean, an amazing play. It turned out difference in the game.
The ball was in the air, so I just went and got it. But then my teammate RJ Maddox, he had a really amazing block, he blocked Lamar Sperling, and then there's no one in front of me after that. But it was a really huge play, and it was, yeah.
Coach Dempsey, Keno Sultan here with C-Town Radio. Tyron Clark set the tone for the game with the early 1-yard touchdown to put you guys up 7-0. Although it was early, you set the tone. Did your team feel good about where you started off at that point? How did everybody feed off the energy that Taiwan brought off that first score?
I thought it was huge, because at first everybody's a little down. We get the drop on third down on the first drive, and we were getting close to get a first down. And you get that second drive going, it's huge that you're moving the football. That's how you build some confidence early. If you come out and just run into a brick wall every play from the start, you're in for a long night. Now you're going to manufacture points. I think getting that first drive going, Chris hitting some runs, Ty getting some pulls, running a little counter, and then to be able to punch it in down there. I mean, you're up 7-0 now. You realize it's a football game. It's normal now. Yeah, it's in a different setting, but it's still the same game, and we're still just two high school teams facing off, and we just proved we can play with these guys. Now let's build on that momentum.
Okay, we're going to let these guys go. If you want to